Hello. Have you ever thought at just the age of 17 you'll be working in a field of interest of your choice? Well, my name is Hardin. I am currently enrolled at Northwest Georgia College and Career Academy. I am 17 years old and I'm currently a junior in high school. And here's my story. Here in the past year, I've had the opportunity to be able to work for a worldwide company known as Shaw Industries. But you may be wondering, how does a 17-year-old have an opportunity to be working for a company like Shaw? Well, let me explain. Actually, I had walked into class one day, my computer science principles class, and I was working on a project, and one of my teachers, Miss Laura Crumbly, had called me to her desk and asked me, "Can you fill out this paper for me?" And I looked at her a little bit funny, like, "What's this?" And she's like, "Oh, it's an application." I'm like, "When do I have to fill this out?" Well, tonight, and then you'll have an interview tomorrow with Shaw, which was Mr. Brian Cooksey and Derek Hepworth, which is not here today. And I told her, like, I guess I can do it. I mean, I don't know. We'll find out. So I went home that night and I talked to my dad and my mother about it, and they're like, "Do you think you're prepared for this?" I'm like, "Well, of course not. Well, I mean, it's worth a shot." You know? I mean, how many people have an opportunity like this, but they only have maybe at least 24 hours to prepare? So I went home, like I said, and I had called up my brother, and he had given me a little bit of advice on what I should say. And I had taken in that advice, and then I came into school the next day with my head held high about what I'm going to say, how I'm going to introduce myself to Mr. Cooksey and Mr. Hepworth about how they should hire me and how I can benefit the company in which field I would be working in. And so when I left the interview, I feel like I had a very good job, or I did a very good job in what I had done, or how I introduced myself, given the skills that I've learned through the mechatronics program and through my computer science principles class. And I felt like that I had a good opportunity to be able to actually get the job. So I waited about 3 weeks later, which was it was after Christmas break when I came back to school, and Mrs. Sharon Conway approached me and my friend Mitchell, who was actually had an interview as well, and we had learned that we had actually got the job. So we basically went through a normal hiring process and a drug test, standard drug test, and then about, say, 5 weeks later, I think it was, we had finally got the job. So that is basically how I was basically thrown into the program, or say how I got the job. So next, I'd like to say, like, what is my role in this field that I am? I am currently a part of the IS Fulfillment Group at Point 3 for Shaw Industries. I work in many different types of fields, such as hardware components and diagnosing, like, what is wrong with a computer. Say if someone breaks or kicks a machine on the top of the machine because it's not printing right or something. Say they just bam with their steel toe boot and it breaks or something. We gotta figure out, hey, how are we gonna fix this? Are we gonna call in? Like, me and Mitchell sit in our desk for like 2 hours at a time calling in computers where people look like they ran over it by a car or something. So that's basically what I deal with. And I also work with our receiving clerk, Mr. Alton Dillard. Well, he don't call me Jared, he calls me Tadpole sometimes. He calls Mitchell Scooter. I don't have no clue why, but that's just the way it is. And basically, he's given me some experience in what he's doing, such as like a receiving clerk is we're receiving products in, he puts it in our system such as ServiceNow, where we have like services where it shows it's in our system, gives us a history of where it's been, has it been damaged or not, just things of that nature. And basically, I'd like to explain to you about the apprenticeship program, just a little bit more about it, and basically I should be done with this, so I'll get out of you guys here. Okay, the apprenticeship program is basically where you go to school, say, I go to school for 3 days a week, and I go to work 3 days a week, and I go to school 2 days. And basically I have online segments. Basically right now I'm taking 2 online classes. And basically I'm doing cross country as well, which is kind of hard to juggle as well. And you have work and you have to deal with Mitchell. Sometimes you have to sing Mr. Pixie every once in a while. And basically it's kind of hard to juggle things, but it gives you a standpoint of where you're learning at just a young age how to deal with a work environment such as working with older adults, and you're a 17-year-old looking at them like, just like, okay, I'm an adult now, you know? So, but that's basically what I'd like to introduce to you guys about the program, and I'd like to thank you for giving me the time to explain to you guys about this program. And thank you, and have a great day.